things off with the big meeting at the White House. Donald Trump has been obsessed with making Canada the 51st state ever since he found out Epstein Island was not eligible. Well, today, Canada's new prime minister came to the White House, which gave Donald Trump an opportunity to make his proposal in person. Come on, Donald, use that Trump charm to put a ring on it.
It would really be a wonderful marriage because it's two places that get along very well. They like each other a lot.
Aww. It's like watching an episode of Love on the Spectrum. If the spectrum was fascism. Prime Minister Carney, what do you say?
Well, if I may, as you know from real estate, there are some places that are never for sale. And having met with the owners of Canada over the course of the campaign last several months, it's not for sale, won't be for sale ever.
I think Donald Trump just got friend-zoned. Canada's like, you have been such an amazing ally, but I really think we just work better as sovereign neighbors. Besides, I already have a girlfriend. You've never met her because she lives up in Canada. Oh, that excuse doesn't work. But this was a clear rejection from Canada. I'm sure Trump will handle this maturely and not like a thirsty little bitch.
When you consider what Mr. Carney just said, that Canada is not for sale, does this make the discussion a little more difficult to start on?
No, not at all. No, not at all. No, time will tell. It's only time. But I say never. You know, Canada loves us and we love Canada.
Canada is not going to you. Not gonna happen. God, this is why you don't date someone who lives on the same continent as you. Awkward. But let's move on to some travel news. Summer is just around the corner, so it's time to make sure that you have everything you need for vacation. Sunscreen, a good book, a convincing story to make it look like a kayaking accident, and of course, your new ID card.
Starting tomorrow, the TSA will require anyone 18 or older to have a Real ID, which is basically a security-enhanced license.
Real ID is an effort from the federal government to make state-issued identification cards and driver's license more accurate, more reliable, and more secure.
They have a gold star, California Bear, or say enhanced in Washington state.
Oh, that's cute. Some have a gold star. California has a bear. New York has a guy jacking off on the subway. It's not funny. It's our state bird. But aside from that, the Real ID is not that different from a regular ID. It just has some enhanced security features that verify your identity as a little goody two-shoes that does whatever the government says. Nerds! Of course, the thing is, you have to go to the DMV to get one. And if you're like, oh my God, I got to get to the DMV, you're not the only one.
This morning at DMVs across the country, the Real ID rush is on, with lines stretching on for blocks. We found people waiting outside this Chicago location for up to 4 hours.
I'm going to go online on Thursday morning at 5 in the morning and hopefully get an appointment, I hope.
They should put a chip in me. Like, give me a chip and just scan me.
Teacher Rhiannon Mendez got so frustrated she went on social media to complain about her experience in New Jersey.
You actually took to TikTok to describe what you were dealing with.
Yes.
Wait, you're telling me that a white lady got so frustrated by poor service that she got out of her enormous car to complain on social media? When has that ever happened before, except all the time, constantly, everywhere? That is my entire TikTok feed, just white women complaining and sciatica stretches. Now, keep in mind, these are just the people who know about the deadline. Wait until everybody starts showing up at the airport with no idea that they don't have the right ID. People are going to flip the out. There are going to be Karens filming rants on their phones with other Karens in the background filming rants on their phones. Just an infinite tunnel of Karens. They're going to have to... They're going to have to call in the Karen National Guard. But can you believe blame them? I mean, they've hardly had any time to prepare for this.
Congress passed the Real ID Act in 2005, 4 years after the attacks on September 11th. Enforcement was originally set to start in 2008, but Congress has extended that deadline at least 5 times.
Yeah, just a short 23 years after 9/11. This just shows you how fast we solve problems here in America. Remember when China built a hospital in like a week? I'm not saying I want to live in China, but I would say ni hao to a little more hustle here. But you know what? It might be a hassle to get the Real ID, but once you get to the airport, your dream vacation can begin.
Frustration and chaos at one of the busiest airports in the country. Close to 900 flights have been canceled into and out of Newark Liberty Airport just in the past week.
Newark Liberty International Airport yesterday and this morning was where dreams were crushed.
To be fair, that is Newark Airport's official slogan. But what's wrong with Newark Airport besides it being Newark Airport?
This morning, terrifying new developments at Newark's Liberty Airport. ABC News learning air traffic controllers lost radar and communications with planes packed with passengers for 60 to 90 seconds. Pilots can be heard learning of the outage over the radio.
No, you do not have a Bravo clearance. We lost our radar and it's not working correctly. Okay, I'll wait for that frequency from you, okay? Okay, no, we don't have a radar, so I don't know where you are.
I don't know where you are? That's a terrifying thing to hear. There's not a lot of backup systems. The pilot can't be like, okay, forget radar, let's try something else. Marco! And this incident didn't just affect what happened at the airport. Like a fart in business class, it permeated through the entire sky.
Dozens of flights were diverted to alternate airports. These 3 flights from California made it a third of the way across the country before turning back around.
Those planes look like they just walked in on their parents doing it. Oh, God. So it's chaos in control tower, it's chaos in the sky, and definitely chaos in the terminal.
Travel chaos at one of America's busiest airports, an 8th straight day of disruptions at Newark.
Now, as for having to wait upwards of 8 hours for baggage, experts say that the airlines simply just are not staffed with enough baggage handlers overnight to have dealt with what happened here.
People are at their wits' end. Actually, someone just walked by us and says, I'm going to kill somebody. They're so angry.
Unfortunately, the wait time to kill somebody is 3 hours. And I know they're talking like these people are losing their shit, but they are way more patient than I would be. Waiting 8 hours for a bag? I couldn't even wait 8 hours for my kid. After 5 hours, I would be like, he knows our address. Now, apparently this whole thing started with a spark from an old copper wire, but that's really just one part of a systemic problem. Crumbling infrastructure, staffing shortages, overworked employees. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, you gotta fix this. So where are you?
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says he too was stuck at Newark Airport.
God, you know what? He is so relatable. We get stuck at the airport. He gets stuck at the airport. We don't know how to run the Department of Transportation. He doesn't know how to run the Department of Transportation. But the Trump administration needs to fix this problem. And the way that they're going to do it is that they reallocate taxpayer funds and apply expertise to long-term infrastructure. It's not going to happen. They're just not going to do it. Not going to do it. But in the meantime, if you need to go somewhere, don't go to Newark Airport. Although, based on this new ad they just released, that seems to be their new selling point.
Are you invited to a boring event that you don't want to attend? Then book it through Newark Airport, and we'll make sure you never make it.
Oh no, Uncle Brad, I won't be able to make your adult bar mitzvah. Darn it, Newark Airport. Mazel.
Whether it's radar outages, staffing shortages, or just pouring orange juice on all the controls, we'll find a way to ruin your flight. That's our guarantee.
Ooh, I wanted to see you renew your vows so bad, but gosh darn, Newark Airport redirected my flight into a mountain. Oh, thank you, Newark. And they even lost the gift I got for you. I didn't get a gift.
And now that we're upgrading to Real ID technology, you'll have even more excuses.
I don't even know what a Real ID looks like. Whatever you hand me, I'm just gonna say, no, that's the wrong one. Now, you're getting a cavity search.
And while you're stuck in this liminal purgatory from which there is no escape, enjoy our many amenities, like the Hudson News near gate A47, and the other Hudson News near gate C46. And if you're hungry, feast on a Turkey Club wrap that's been marinating in its own juices since September.
Uh-oh, now I have food poisoning? Guess I can't go to my high school reunion either.
Newark Airport. The planes are late, but the excuses arrive right on time.